And it says we're live.
Yeah, lies.
Yeah. Good morning, world, or afternoon, or evening, or wherever the hell it is, and whatever you are. And I'm back.
That way I don't have to run this thing by myself because damn.
Little bit of a COVID cough. So, pardon me for that. Anyway, start with.
Oh, we've had an interesting week.
Yeah. Yes, I'm definitely feeling better, Sean. May not sound it, but I am.
Red River Water Authority, Cedar?
Oh, that could be interesting.
Uh-huh.
A little bit of stuff has come out on the bridge that collapsed up in Pittsburgh. Was set to be restored in 2016.
Money was set aside for that restoration, by the way.
And it went to bike lanes, green energy programs, and lanes for self-driving cars.
I've been wondering. And people look at me like I'm got three eyes when I say that every congressional cycle we set aside money for infrastructure. Every congressional cycle, somebody gets on there and starts sniveling about the poor infrastructure.
Yeah.
Since as long as I've been keeping track of politics, and all of a sudden we need infrastructure. We've been supposed to be fixing it for at least the last 20 years.
Yeah.
But the mainstream media is feeding this narrative that it's sudden. No, it's been going for at least 40 years.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Holly, Brennan, Jesse, the bridge collapse I'm talking about is the one up in Philly last week. One of many. And it's getting worse instead of better. A friend of mine went on an absolute friggin' rant about Buttigieg or whatever, however you pronounce it, and all the money that he misappropriated into green programs, bike lanes, etc., and how he screwed up the roads through town they were originally 4 lanes into town one way, 4 lanes out of town one way,
okay,
going south, north and south.
Okay.
He changed all that to 2 lanes each way, plus bike lanes and turn lanes.
Oh, for God's sake.
So the town is totally screwed. Yeah, Jesse, lamppost treatment would be nice. There were some pictures that came out of entire supports, and these look like 12-inch beams completely rusted through. I-beams that were hanging down, and there was cable strapping.
Yeah, they'd repaired it with.
Yeah. Yes, Sean, the South Bend stupidity. Yeah, Joel, that's a good question. You can go down the hill real easily, but getting up the other side might be a bit of a problem. The other thing that we're looking at, and I see you on here, Holly, so hello.
Hi, Holly.
Probably will not be down on Friday.
No.
We may have to reschedule till next week.
I'm just going to go ahead and say you got to reschedule me. I'm not going to be able to make it.
Yeah. But we're supposed to get slammed pretty good Thursday into Friday here. And I went shopping Monday. And I normally shop on Monday morning because I can get in, get out in 20 minutes. Well, the store was absolutely packed. And I do mean packed to the gills. And a lot of stuff was one product deep, fronted with nothing behind it. What did you do this time, Dawn?
My coach at the gym went into United, and her husband likes chunky for lunch. He just slaps on a bowl and nukes it and goes to town. So she's in the soup aisle, and she said the chunky soups were gone, and the only thing left was tomato soup was stacked 3 deep and all the way to the back of the shelf. She's looking at tomato soup, and some lady comes up and uses her cart to check my coach out of the way, and then uses her arm to sweep 20 or 30 cans of tomato soup into her cart. And coach looked at her and said, honey, nobody likes tomato soup enough to eat that much of it. You're not going to get rid of that before it goes bad. And lady looked at her and said, you don't know me, and wandered off. It's like, damn.
Yeah. Joel, no idea other than supply and demand. There's not enough supply to meet the demand.
And people around here are stupid about snow. And granted, initial forecast has a max of 7 inches. Folks, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It'll either not get anywhere near there or past 7 inches heading for 14.
Yeah.
It's going to be all right.
Joel, one of the issues is there's not that much gas coming in. And
apparently 20% of our supply comes from Russia, and we're busy pissing off Russia.
Yeah. Not only that, but right now there is a serious shortage of heating oil in the Northeast. So that is what is being refined first, which is actually low-grade refining.
Basically you're taking a sieve and sifting the leaves and the branches off the top and running.
Yeah. Yes, Cedar, that was interesting. And that kind of relates to the entire shortage thing.
Speaking of shortage, 4chan took 3.2 seconds after the prime moron of Canada went into COVID quarantine. Oh, wait. Isolation. Oh, wait. Hiding for security purposes. Doing 3.2 seconds after he had his idiot press conference to locate his dumbass.
Yeah. Well, you know, they're branding the whole thing up in Canada as fascist.
Oh, yeah. Well, it started out with they wouldn't acknowledge it was happening.
Yeah.
And then when they finally had to acknowledge that it was happening, they went through and cherry picked the morons out of the crowds.
Yep. The one that got me was the fascist cartoon.
Oh,
all the trucks labeled as fascist.
That was way out of was way out of bounds. But the thing is Canada is finally starting to realize that Trudeau ain't all that in a bag of chips.
Yeah.
He is the wussiest tyrant I believe I've ever met in my lifetime. He is a tyrant. He's also a puss.
Yeah.
Pardon my French. And he's really starting to show his colors. And I think there's a bunch of Canadians about to turf that moron the hell out.
When the polite Canadians get pissed off, you need to look at your whole card. Yeah. Yeah, Brennan, 10 years early.
No kidding.
There is a more serious shortage, though. And, destructive because one guy parked on the grass.
Apparently, they've been driving through Ottawa honking their horns.
Yeah.
And Twitter. If you can find the Twitter feed of the people losing their cookies over the honking, It's glorious. It's these leftists, and they are losing their poo about the honking.
Yeah.
It's great.
But there is a more serious issue, and that is in parts.
Oh, no kidding.
Pieces and parts. Yes. Stop it, Nancy. Actually, I think it is at hashtag honk honk.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
Or just hashtag honk, either way.
Yeah. Yeah, they have protected areas that have grass, Sarah.
Sarah, when you are, the Canadians are every bit as bad as we are, and when you are diverting some of your infrastructure bill to the grass on the Capitol, you have it this time of year.
But the more serious problem, and this is serious, is I'm plugged into some folks that do electronics for a living, and there are no logic controllers to be found.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah. That may not sound like anything important, but what runs the majority of your systems,
Mm-hmm.
like your major water systems,
Uh-huh.
your heating systems?
Everything.
Yeah. What runs the plants that provide your heat? Logic controllers.
Logic controllers control the
Flow of gas in a pipe.
the infrastructure on the electrical grid.
Yep. Not just the electrical, gas and water.
Mm-hmm.
Most of your city water systems run on logic controllers, and most of those are aging out, to put it politely. One of
they're part of infrastructure in which apparently bike lanes are more important than logic controllers.
Yeah. But it is apparently to the point that people were going on eBay. These are suppliers going on eBay and buying used logic controllers to try to get enough parts to keep things running. Yep. The used market on vehicles, yeah. Cash for Clunkers did that to us. Yep. Yep. See, that's right. Pharmaceuticals run on PLCs too. PLCs is the other name for the abbreviation for logic controllers. Microcontrollers, you got to look at the whole thing. The chip market itself still can't get chips to put cars out. 150,000 Ford supposedly has 150,000 cars and trucks sitting that are built waiting on logic controllers and chips.
Yep.
And what's even better is replacement engines for vehicles.
What's going to be better is what people don't understand. Speaking of infrastructure, Bill,
Right.
The amount of crap regarding your vehicle or what you're going to be allowed to drive from 2023 on is going to really mess with some folks' minds.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of, that's another thing. Have you seen the new Army infantry transport vehicle?
Yeah.
Well, folks are losing their minds, and I got interested because I'm on a couple military back channels, and they are losing their minds about these infantry transport vehicles. And for those of you who don't know, they're basically rebadged Chevy Colorados, and it's supposed to carry a 9-man infantry squad, but it does it terribly. You can stick 9 people in there, you just can't get them out with quickness.
Yeah.
And it's open. There's no protection, so you're basically hanging on like a blade of armor, meat armor.
And it's a rollover hazard.
It's definitely a rollover hazard. You can't get your gear. You can't return fire. You can't do squat except hang on and pray. Well, I got curious because I'm me and started taking the RFPs apart. And if you look buried deep down in a subsection, the infantry transport vehicle that wins the proposal has to have a capability to be changed over to all electric sometime during the service life of the vehicle. So yeah, so basically you've got everything came in that's crap. It's crap because this is the only way that an all electric vehicle will still be able to meet the specifications laid out. Because somebody needs to understand how the hell war is supposed to be green.
Because of who's in charge.
Mm-hmm. So they have to be light, so there's no armor on them. They have to be able to stack a plate of batteries, so there's no storage on them. You can stick 9 crunchies and a driver, and I think a 240B, which is 7.62 machine, and that's it. And
there is not even Richard said there's no room for the packs either.
Well,
you can hang them on the outside, but if you hang them on the outside, then you can't hang on to the vehicle.
Right now there's room for 9 standard infantry packs, but There's a tunnel up the middle. The batteries will take over.
What?
So when you unass the vehicle, it apparently it took 3rd Brigade 30 minutes to unpack 9 backpacks.
Oh, Jesus.
Aren't you? Meat armor.
Yeah.
Richard, meat armor. Honestly, I was looking at pictures of this piece of garbage, and what you need to do is grab your motor pool and some stray miscreant E4s and say, build me a transport, and your redneck motor pool will come up with better transport than what.
Well, and you and I both know they're going to up armor that son of a bitch in the field.
Yeah, and then instead of a 9-man squad, it'll be a 6-man squad.
Or 4.
Or 4 at half the speed.
And twice the rollover potential.
Yeah.
Which means you hook a rut and the vehicle's going to roll.
Yeah. Well, apparently during trials, it couldn't make speed.
Yeah.
The specified minimum speed with 9 crunchies on board, they couldn't maintain it.
Yeah. Probably, Jesse. Those friggin' LCSs are starting to go away. One of which is only 5 years old. And the first 2 that are going away, in addition to Freedom, are the ones that have the combining gear transmission failures. Because basically you got to disassemble the boat to get to the combining gear transmission.
That seems to be a recurring feature these days. You have to disassemble a vehicle to get anything.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, whichever one of you reprobates, let me know about the fat electrician. God bless you, and I hate you right now because I have burned a lot of riding time watching him, and quack bang out I'm going to have to get a quack bang.
Yeah. Brennan figures. Yeah, the M151s and
the quarter tons?
Huh?
The quarter tons?
Yeah.
I love those things.
Yeah. You used to could buy them without having the frame cut. Ow, Sarah, that sucks. Yep. So anyway, it's getting worse. And I was poking my car dealer about something else. And
yes, the Grim Eater. Yeah.
He made a comment about there are 3 replacement engines in the United States for a certain vehicle.
Okay.
None of them are in Texas. The 3 dealers that have them will not part with them.
Not 3 types of engines, 3 actual engines.
3 actual engines of one particular type.
Oh, wow.
Currently in the U.S., they will not part with them. So there are going to be vehicles that are going to be parked for a while. Yeah, quack bangs on his next merch refresh.
Yeah, I've got to get a quack bang. Yeah. At least one quack bang. And quack bang out. I love that. And the thing is I was watching the brief where he was talking about grunts and the guy with the quack bang, and I completely, that. Yeah, oh yeah, I will guarantee you that happened. And he probably wasn't the first one to use a rubber ducky as a distraction device.
Yeah. Get to your local junkyard. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with that, Brennan, is you're at the tail end of a long line.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm here to tell you, if you're going to get a new vehicle, get one before 2023. Because as of 2023, thanks to the idiots running things right now, the default will be not running until you pass a sobriety test.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Yeah, once you get inside the OODA loop, you've got a better chance.
You got them by the short curlies.
Yeah. The only problem is staying ahead of the OODA loop.
Expecting a flashbang to come inside and seeing a bright yellow rubber ducky come into your room is just going to. There's going to be a brief refresh button inside his head. Just hit that refresh because what the hell? It's odd when things are spicy like that. Something you don't expect really throws you for a bit of a loop.
Yeah. Speaking of things you don't expect, Tom Kratman.
Oh my God, he's been on a roll.
Oh yeah, and talking about range safety and explosives use and misuse and. Stop it, Brennan.
Apparently, Facebook had the unmentioned gall or stupidity to unban, to let both Larry Correa and Tom Kratman out of the cooler at the same time.
Well, Larry's being good though.
Yeah.
But Larry's right up on his blog that he links.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
And Larry is now tweeting.
Oh yeah, did you hear about that?
Yeah.
DOD listed Tom Kratman's author website as a hate site.
Yeah.
That's okay. ATF. I used to when I was still blogging, as I will sometime in the future. Again, I had somebody when I was rapidly checking my stats, I had somebody from ATF in Washington that hit my website every day. It's like, oh dear.
It wasn't somebody from ATF.
It was from the ATF.gov website.
No.
Yeah, I saw it on the.
He was from another location.
Oh, okay. So okay.
Yeah. He was spoofing ATF.
Well, all right then.
Because it was a friend of mine at a different location. No, it's not a surprise.
I refuse to do Twitter.
Yeah.
Facebook's bad enough. And I keep telling folks I'm only on Facebook till I can blog again. Because Facebook is, it's cancer. It is the worst kind of digital ass cancer you can get. It's a time suck.
Yeah.
It destroys creativity.
Yep.
And it does nothing. Facebook, the lizards running Facebook envision a corral with us inside the corral and them controlling everything that comes in or goes out of the corral. And I've got an issue with that. No, we can't do the Pepe tribe.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Mike Glier's bunch of gravy idiots getting a hold of that? I will be doxxed and swatted from now on.
Yes. Be nice to the lizard. Speaking of lizards, The View stepped in it.
Again?
Specifically, Whoopi Goldberg said the Holocaust was not racist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose ethnicist, religiousist, because honest to God, most of the Jews were the exact same race as the Germans shipping them off. So I guess if you wanted to be pedantic about it, it was a religionist more than a racist. But either way, it doesn't matter.
She has spent the last 2 days trying to backpedal off of it. And it's to the point that it's friggin' hilarious. I mean, if she backpedals any harder, it's going to be a damn rooster tail.
That's my brother used to say, squid defense.
Yeah.
Squid defense is when you run backwards, squirting out ink and trying to distract your opponents.
Yeah, it was definitely anti-Semitic. There is no question. But what I find interesting is Roseanne Barr not only lost her TV show, she was canceled because of one tweet. One thing she said.
Gina Carano?
Yeah. Gina Carano's another one. But yet, Whoopi Goldberg said something, to my way of thinking, worse than both of them. And she doesn't even get a slap on the hand.
That's because she's a lizard with power.
Yeah. Everybody is covering for her.
Her husband can wear blackface at a party and not get.
Yeah.
I thought her husband was black.
No, it's Ted Danson.
Whoopi Goldberg's married to Ted Danson?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking Oprah Winfrey. My bad.
Yeah, that's deadly.
Yeah, and they're still not married, even though she gives marriage advice.
Mm.
Uh,
Folks that don't have children give children advice all the time. Nobody.
yeah, you know, Cedar,
Folks that don't have guns give gun safety
the
advice all the time.
actual German statement was that they were subhuman.
Yeah.
You
They
have to
were
go dig
others.
for that, but that was out there.
Yeah, she said that what Roman Polanski did wasn't rape.
Yeah.
The child begged to differ.
And the Roms would definitely violently disagree with that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Brennan, she's in the right crowd. Yeah. So virtually immune.
She's a lizard.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of lizards, for those of you who don't follow my Facebook author page, I don't blame you. But Cedar has sent me the proofs, the Rattle Saga, which I have giggled and signed off on. And she's going to do the cover and get that launched here pretty quick. We're going to do something a little squirrely this time. We're actually going to release. Stop. We're actually going to release it as an ebook also. So please do not color your ebooks, but the coloring book will be will come out in ebook format.
Okay. You know somebody's going to try that.
Oh, I know. No, the first time somebody brings me a Kindle or an ebook reader and wants me to autograph it, I am noping out.
Yes, Sean, you're exactly right. Action T4 was horrific, no question.
Oh, and then also once that gets done, she's going to start. She's doing all the work. She's going to start on a lizard one. For those of you that have been holding out, yes, we're going to go ahead and put the major in there too. So it'll be the astro lizards, the sapper lizards, and the major.
This is going to be good. Oh, on the writing front, I would like to thank the folks that put me over 50 reviews on my Fourth Rim World already.
Oh, well done,
That's
sir.
the fastest I've
Well
ever gotten
done.
that many reviews.
Well done.
And I like the fact that one person took me to task for Nicole.
For Nicole?
Yes. Because she has an attitude and doesn't act right. If anybody
I
on
didn't
here,
realize you had Molly Mormons reading your books.
if anybody on here knows French women,
Oh,
she's quiet for a French
yeah,
woman.
she's pretty much par for the course for a French woman.
Oh, yes.
She's actually nice compared to the real one.
Yeah. And the peanut gallery says she's nice compared to the real ones. Yes. But what it does tell me is people are invested enough in the story and the characters to be willing to jump on my ass about it in public, which I enjoy.
Well, what 50 plus reviews this quick tells me that you're building up a reader base that you'll actually be able to support yourself with your writing here pretty quick.
Yeah. I can buy 2 hamburgers.
Hamburger and vegetable express.
Yeah. Tales Around the Supper Table is kind of stalled. We could use some reviews on that if anybody's read it. Screenshot of a color page. You know. Don't give them any ideas, Cedar. Jeez. Nancy, actually, she's Parisian.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody? Okay. I don't know Toulousian. I've known French ladies from Marseille and Toulouse, Toulouse, whatever the hell. And the ones from Toulouse remind me of Southern Belles.
Yeah,
they really do. The ones from Marseille remind me of New Haven fishwives.
Yeah, yeah.
Go flying belt buckles.
Sean, you're not the first one to make that comment, but as I told somebody in an email, who knows 800 years in the future what a stealth ship's going to look like. And you wouldn't believe me if I told you what the basis for that design was. So I'm not going to say anything. Toulouse Deluxe Women's. Oh, yes, Richard. But one of the more interesting things is the character development, because you try to make it, or I try to make it roll forward. So you see the constant ups and downs. Not everything goes perfectly for my characters, because there's nothing that frustrates me more, which is one of the things that made me start writing, than the perfect characters that never make a mistake.
They're boring. Folks, they're boring. They really are.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't connect to a character like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, my characters have problems. Yeah, they screw things up.
Don, if I get an iPad covered in Crayola, I'm probably going to frame it.
Oh. Uh-oh. Countywide panic button. Oh, boy.
She's got the siren horn.
Oh, she gets to go beep, 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 beep.
Run, bugs, run.
Hey, alien cannibal hippos. Yeah, well, I had to throw something in there. But really and truly, that's the thing with writing science fiction, is you can play with things.
Let your run.
Yeah.
Science fiction is urban fantasy and science fiction is so much more fun than anything else.
Yeah.
You just let your mind go.
Well, and I've worked with enough weird stuff that I can bring some of that in.
Hey, we're sitting right here.
Hey, yeah, well, it's siren testing day. They had things too easy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brian. And one of the other comments, which is a valid comment, was the end was kind of dated. Well, I did that for a reason, because all they were doing was just trying to get home at that point. So how much can you play that out? And I did throw in a space battle at the end.
Exploding spaceships.
Yeah, although they got there too late.
I like exploding spaceships.
Yeah, well, they got to help with the bits and pieces of leftovers.
I read that comment from Cedars, the Crab Rangoon. I was like, because the first thing
I did too. Crab Rangoon.
The first thing that came to my mind was that beam with the cheetah cub, the Crab Rangoon mother.
Yeah.
Mother, the Rangoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. My mind. Welcome to it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing, Sarah. Who knows what mutations are going to take place? Because
you do. It's your world.
Yeah. But all I'm doing is piggybacking off stuff that I've seen and read in scientific journals, and stuff that I've heard discussed at various meetings. And Lost Fleet drug out a trip home longer than not. Yeah,
I do like that series, but no kidding.
Yeah, they did.
That's like, what do you call that ketchup-looking stuff between a hippo's toes?
Yeah.
Slow people.
Yeah, divergent DNA. And who knows what is going to happen when you basically put DNA into a bio.
Oh, Sarah's going to have words for you.
It's not, Sarah. Jeez, lady, give me a break.
Genetically engineered unicorns for all. Yeah, we call those rhinoceroses.
Yep. With an attitude.
Unicorns.
Yeah, they don't require virgins. They'll kill anybody. Elephants hiding in cherry trees. That would, nah.
Boy, that was out of left field.
Yeah. You can make them small.
They actually, if I remember correctly, they've got plasticine. No, what was it?
Yeah.
Malta actually has bones of hippos and elephants that had gotten.
Yeah. Yes, Sarah. Yes, you did. You were one of many that have PM'd me and jumped on my ass about certain things already. Yeah.
Well, they fart
painted-
rainbows. How many Skittles you give them?
Yeah. But what I try to do is I try to entertain people. Yes, there were dwarf hippos.
Mhm.
There have been dwarf hippos. There have been dwarf elephants.
Well, rock hyraxes.
Yeah.
Those of you who don't know, a hyrax is an adorable little fluffball that makes up a significant amount of protein for most of the predators in Africa, but they're adorable. And they're itty bitty, look a bit like mutated hamsters. And they are the elephant's closest living relative.
Yeah.
Where did that go wrong?
Some jig took a left turn at
Oh, yeah.
Albuquerque.
You get this little bitty fluffball, boing, 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 boing. Is the
Or took
closest living relative of the elephant.
Or took a left turn at Timbuktu.
Yeah, no kidding.
Pygmy drop elephants. Oh no.
There was a friend of ours in Africa had a pet rock hyrax, and adorable little critter, adorable. But you look at it, this little. Now we weren't real big at the time. You got this fluff ball. Look, it's powder puff, and then elephant is the closest living relative. That's got to be a really interesting family reunion. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. That's why elephants won't step on mice.
Hyrax.
Sorry, cuz.
Hotel Yankee Romeo Alpha X-ray. Put a Y in there instead of the I.
Yeah. But you know, the other thing that plays out, and when you start talking about technologies, there are so many ways technology can go. And that's one of the things that you can either get right or wrong. And you know, it's like doing hard science fiction. You got to do the math to some extent.
You always got to do the math, no matter what.
Yeah. Now, granted, there are people who will go back and check your math and argue with you about it. Not that I've seen that happen to me. On long shots in.
That is a hyrax.
Yeah.
That is the elephant's closest living relative.
Cute little
Oh yeah.
Hyrax of the Caribbean. But for example, what Brian does.
A Toyota hyrax.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
But for example, what Brian does, developing systems for a company. You know, you can develop systems in a lab, but you got to throw it out in the real world. And
You gotta wind it up, let it go, and see what breaks.
yeah, where you have vibration, you have water, you have sun angles, you have all those pieces and parts
You have
But you-
E-force.
don't have in the lab.
E-force.
Yeah, miscreant E-force. Because that's where you're going to get the real answers. Oh, it's all
Hairborn.
Anyone who developed those voice-activated fish should be on that team because those things never quit.
Yeah. They're actually a combination of some interesting technologies.
Cedar did marginalia drawings for the Round Saga, and they are just fantastic. I don't know how the hell she gets expressions on Nigerian critters' faces if she did.
Inmate phone systems. Oh, joy,
Oh,
Don.
yay.
You're going to have fun with that piece of crap.
Big Mouth Billy Bass. I hate that thing.
Yeah.
I really
Yes,
hate that
Billy
thing.
Bass.
Yeah. Whoever made that,
I was going fishing with my buddy and around the end of his truck and stuck a bright pink grub in my nose. Well, my bum.
Yeah.
And the mushroom had hell getting that thing out of my nose. Well, my at the sheriff's office presented me with a big mouth Billy Bass with a hook on the nose.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian, y'all actually are one of the few that does that. And the folks that run those boats deserve every penny they make. Trust me. The other option is a wag said, who happens to be a retired Coast Guard and beaten within an inch of his life multiple times, said, when in doubt, just give it to the Coast Guard. We'll either break it, fix it, or fuck it up so bad that you're going to get pieces back. And that's pretty much true.
God bless the Coasties.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to see what the Coasties goes through, look up the Columbia Bar videos out of the Northwest, and see what they do.
That's a training field for them.
Yes. With 30-foot waves with a 40-foot boat. Yeah, Kidney Buster is right.
Like I said, the Toyota Hyrax.
Yeah. Yep. War elephants were a thing, and they may become a thing again.
I give my Coastie brethren all sorts of cornbread hell because I can. But by God, if you need rescuing, the Coasties there's nobody better than Coasties. They are stubborn. They are stubborn.
Yeah.
They're smart, and they're stubborn.
Yeah. The life-saving boats out of England will give them a run for their money, though.
Anytime you get a video of a Coast Guard bosun's mate jumping on a semi-submerged drug submarine and beating on the hatch, yelling about a warrant, you know that they ain't right in the head.
No. And I worked with some of those guys and girls. And yes, they ain't right in the head.
Bam, 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 pull over. Really?
Oh, DC, Ottawa, London, Paris, Brussels, Moscow, Berlin, and Beijing. Yeah, that'll work.
Oh, yeah. Don, I can see Monkey leading a cavalry charge.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Farm Girl's favorite horse is named Monkey.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian, see, there again, you guys are doing it right.
There's a way to do it wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And survive.
Oh, yeah. There are a lot of companies that do that and little piddly shit.
Yeah, the Coast Guard, woo, snatched that woman out of that car before the car went over Niagara Falls.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Well done, Coasties.
Yeah. But another one I could think of was Trimble, because when we started developing an airborne GPS for a P3, we went to Trimble since they were right out the back gate. And they had this thing sitting there, and it was burnt, it was bent, and it looked like it had been shot at least once. And he goes, dink, and the son of a bitch came on and worked. He goes, see, it works. It's field tested. And I went, who field tested it? He goes, well, I can't tell you that, but but we needed an antenna because in those days there were only 3 satellites. So it took a while to accept the signal, shall we say. And
Richard is saying we need flying monkeys.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you, and my brother can back me up on this. If you have enough stamina and a good wind-up and or a moderate charge of explosives, any monkey is a flying monkey. Chris can back me up on this.
So, make a long story short, we basically went back and went, yeah, it's nice, but yeah, we can't, sit there and drill holes. We need something outside the airplane. And they went, well, do you have someplace to stick something outside the airplane? Well, yeah, we got a pyroport, Kenyan Space Program. Yeah. So we gave them the dimensions, and about a month later, they called back and said, okay, we got you an antenna. And went over and picked up the unit, and they hand me this thing, and and not thinking, went, damn, donkey dick. And that became the name of the antenna. And it worked.
Richard, yes, DOD blocked Colonel Kratman's author page due to hate and racism.
Yeah.
I don't like monkeys. I hate monkeys. I loathe monkeys.
Do not ever go to Gibraltar
I
if
do
you
not
don't like monkeys,
I don't like monkeys.
because they will literally steal your wallet, your glasses, your cell phone,
Your girlfriend.
yeah, probably the pins out of your pocket. They will take everything you have.
Your pride. There
Yeah.
you go. I don't like monkeys. Monkeys are just, one, they're creepy little bastards.
Yeah.
Two, they're evil. Every monkey born is the spawn of Satan.
Yeah.
He just hadn't revealed himself yet. I just do not like monkeys.
Yeah, that was one of the things playing golf over in the Far East or the Philippines. You know, you hit a ball in the woods or in the jungle, it was like, that's a lost ball. You know, get. Yeah, you're exactly right, Sean. You know, the irony is Tom served an entire career in the military and is very, very pro-military.
Tom is also very opinionated,
Yes.
and he seems to have lost his filter somewhere in the jungle around Panama.
I don't think Tom ever owned a filter.
No, he had to have had one at one point.
He was a good Catholic boy with good Catholic raising. He had a filter at one time because the nuns beat it into him.
Yeah. Yeah, don't trust monkeys anywhere.
No, monkeys are the spawn of Satan.
Yeah.
People look at me, oh, law dog, you still like monkeys. You're right. But I have a reason for it. They're evil incarnate.
Yeah, no filter 2016. This is true, Sean.
We hadn't had a filter since the 80s, somewhere in the jungle outside of Panama.
Yeah, Richard, I've got to give the Thai girl caddies credit. They did take care of the cobras, although that was a little scary to watch one pick up and sling a cobra. It was longer than she was tall. Like, yeah.
Nigeria, they call cobras tire snakes.
Yeah.
Those damn things are black.
Yeah.
And since they're cold-blooded, the cobras will curl up inside of loose tires. When you get a flat tire in Nigeria, you just dump the thing inside the road. There are tires all over the place. And they're either breeding mosquitoes or hiding cobras.
I could just see some guy. Oh, there's a spare tire that'll fit.
And lifting it up, and the snake going, "What the hell, dude?"
Yeah. Either that or he gets it on his thump, 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 thump. Wait a minute, what the hell's wrong here?
The 4th light treatment. One of the things that I get that gets quoted at me several times. I told a story when I was talking to Ringo at LibertyCon back, and we were swapping stories, and I did not realize that we had a crowd. We had, Jesus, I turned around and everybody was staring at me. It was terrible. I told a story about the 4th of July that we had in 1976 in Nigeria. And one of the lines was "flaming monkeys everywhere." And people for the rest of LibertyCon would walk up and go, "Flaming monkeys everywhere."
Well, you were rather demonstrative that night.
Rango had stuffed Diet Coke and bourbon down me so I'd relax enough to tell stories. And then the sneaky bastard sat down so I had my back to the courtyard. I didn't realize that it was full of people.
Yeah.
He told me he just wanted me to. He told me that all he wanted was for me to tell the pink gorilla suit story to Miriam. So I did. She thought it was very good. So we started telling stories, and I had my back to the courtyard.
What you got to understand, folks, is this went on for over 2 hours.
Oh, I don't remember.
And he was totally oblivious after the 5th bourbon and Coke.
They kept filling up. I had a little red cup. They kept filling it up, and the sneaky bugger that was filling it up was using really good bourbon.
Fun times.
Oh, speaking of bourbon, somebody on Facebook, Swamp Dragon, on Facebook, is a company out of your old stomping grounds that has developed a hot sauce using bourbon instead of vinegar.
Oh, we may have to try that.
There's some coming. They offered to send me some.
Well, that's good news, Cedar.
Oh, thank
Glad that
you.
John's okay.
You tell him we were worried about him.
Yeah, but a lot of people worried about him. But you know, the thing is, stories. You know, we used to have a thing in the military called photos affirm.
Red Solo Cup.
Yeah, red Solo Cup.
And the level never went down.
As fast as you try to drink it. But a lot of the sea stories, quote unquote, are real. And there are usually pictures to back them up. Some of them official, some not so official. But all I got to say is thank God there weren't any cell phones around when I was a JO.
No
much
kidding.
less as an enlisted man. Yeah, we were. Well, the stuff that we did back then, we would go to prison for today. I mean, yeah, yeah, Richard, you literally, we can't make this shit up because nobody would have believed it in the first place.
Some of the true stuff, some of my stories I've dialed down.
Yeah.
Because honestly, people go, oh, whatever, and you know, I've had to dial off and nutty some of my stories.
Yeah. What's bad though is when you tell one, and somebody walks up afterwards and goes, "Was that such and such?" No, nothing. I wasn't there. There were no pictures.
I was telling a story about the getting my radio operator married out in Aberdeen Proving Grounds. About halfway through it, Tom Crapman leans over and goes, "You." He's like, "Oh crap."
Yeah, Richard, pretty much. Oh,
I dialed that stuff down. I didn't put the good stuff in there because the story about the warlords isn't in there.
Yeah.
The story about the rocket launcher and how Dad kept trying to get rid of it. It kept coming back.
Brian, give him enough booze, you'll get the real story. They will definitely be unwatered down, trust me.
Pure quill stories?
Yeah.
Oh, no. See, some of the pure stories fall under the auspices of organized criminal activity.
And
what's the other word I'm looking for is accomplice after the fact.
Statute of limitations. Oh, ouch, Richard. That one, yeah, that one would have gone nuclear in more ways than one.
You mean the trebuchet? It got broken down for something else.
Yeah.
I think we turned it into a boat. I'm pretty sure we turned it into a boat.
Yeah.
When the wet came to West Africa, our backyard was waist deep on me and Chris in water. And we decided one year that we were going to float the Nigerian Navy. And if I remember correctly, we turned the trebuchet into a battleship.
Yeah.
Not a good one. We weren't really good at boats.
Yeah. Once you do it, other countries don't treat the stuff the same way that we do.
No kidding.
Security wise.
Yeah, I really don't.
Although I will say that the Japanese are as tight on security as anybody I've ever seen.
Well, they're also able.
Yeah. to the point that
Oh no, that was a different boat he stole. That
Yeah.
was out in the Warrior River. He didn't steal it so much as go down in flames down the Warrior River.
yeah. But I've seen some things that on some bases that where we were operating out of that caused me to back up and think about moving certain ways in certain places. Because when the sign on the fence says lethal force authorized and will be used,
And you're looking at a bunch of South Koreans on the far side.
Rock Marines are a whole different story. They would do it just for shits and giggles.
They would do it just to fill their quota for the week.
Yeah. Yeah. If you ever want to find out how dedicated the Rock Marines are,
You don't.
yeah. Oh, just volunteer to go help them out on an exercise sometime. Yeah.
I'd be stupid enough to volunteer to help out the Gurkhas during an exercise.
About the same size, about the same number die in training. Yeah.
Sanford's awake.
Yep. Yes, Sanford. You've seen things too.
I've heard things like
Yeah.
the robot that had to die every time you wanted to access the internet. You had to sacrifice a robot.
Yeah. Well, put it this way, Raptor. I made that mistake once with on a short stay that I had in Korea because I recognized a guy from a previous affiliation with him in a different country. And he said, oh, just come on out and watch. And I made the mistake of going, okay. Yeah, Sarah, the reason they are is I got introduced to a retired warrant Gurkha who checks off on all my Gurkha stuff in the book. So, yes, it is correct.
When I was still working, before I retired, TDC still required, or we were told TDC required faxes. And for some reason, I believe, told me that you had all this stuff had to be faxed to TDC. It doesn't.
Yeah.
But we were told it required faxes. And we had cornbread hell getting county IT to put in a fax line or a fax machine because nobody uses faxes these days.
Good. So they think. Yeah, thank you, sir. I'm going to try. I am going to go back to the other set of characters for the next book, but there will be at least one more, if not two more, with Fargo.
So he makes the announcement. He's going back to the other set of characters. Cue half the comments, yay! The other half, boo!
Yeah. I got it right. What's my friggin' head? Brian, you start with Into the Green, then Militia Up, then The Rift, and Diplomatic Community is the fourth one. And that one's trying to get that into audiobooks now.
Are you still going through Three Ravens for your audiobooks?
Yeah.
How's that working out for you?
Yeah, it's working out fairly decent. Making a little money.
I like the guys at Three Ravens.
Yeah. Good folks.
Little innocent sometimes.
It happens. Ex-Air Force. So, yeah, a little innocent, but. Stranded is actually a short story that I'm going to blame on this asshole and Peter Grant.
You're welcome.
Because they bet me I couldn't write a short story in military short story.
We did.
So I said, fine, I'll write one. And I wrote it from a maintenance guy's perspective.
Because he was being iron-assed about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, today's royalty day?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
And the friggin' short story went, #1 for a week. Son of a bitch! Now I got to write a goddamn series. But McDougal, who does make an appearance in a couple of the books, is that short story. So if you really want to go read it, I think it's 99 cents. So it's probably worth it. Maybe.
Booze, wonderful booze.
Yeah, gives you a bit of a background. So anyway, folks, we've wasted another hour of your time.
Holy gods, we have.
Thank you, Richard. We'll take a hamburger apiece.
Roll piece. Hey,
Yeah.
hamburger with cheese.
If you're in our part of the woods, oh, Sarah. No, the other Sarah. Lost a fight with a wine bottle. Good
It
girl.
happens.
You need a break. If you're in our part of the world, buckle down. We may get some
I hope you
significant
got.
weather.
I hope you were smart enough to get supplies back when the weather was good.
Yeah.
Also, if you're going to get supplies in our part of the world, go to Sam's.
Yeah.
Y'all be safe.
Be safe. Remember, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.